And following up on the story of how a BB gun inside a bedroom got a 9-year-old boy suspended from school and almost expelled. But the young man is getting a warm welcome at the state capitol. NBC Local 33's Harrison Golden has the details on the bill that bears the fourth grader's name.
Thank you for helping kids my age and kids like me.
Meet Kamari Harrison. He's from Jefferson Parish and the namesake of a bill inspired by his ordeal after a virtual class last month.
I just felt like my home was totally invaded.
Kamari was taking a test in his bedroom when his brother walked in. He worried his brother would step on a BB gun he had left nearby, so he picked it up and put it away. But since the gun was caught on camera, his Harvey school threatened him with expulsion, as if he had brought his gun to a physical school.
Once they told me that he wasn't playing with the toy gun and he was taking his test and doing everything he was supposed to be doing, now I'm like, so what y'all looking for? What's the problem then? I feel like y'all just looking for something at this point.
He ultimately wasn't expelled, rather suspended 6 days. Still, though, a dent on his record.
I believe that there's a higher degree of privacy and that there is a different situation when you're sitting in your home than when you're sitting in school.
Enter the Kamari Harrison Act. If passed, it would require school districts to clarify their disciplinary guidelines specific to remote learning.
Set the policy, they'll follow the rules. If they don't, then there's going to be a process.
I agree.
The new law would be retroactive. That way, virtual students who didn't know of any rules or didn't have any rules to follow could appeal their cases.
This is nowhere for a 9-year-old to have to complete his case.
Senate panel members claim schools should have made their rules clear months ago.
How incredible is that we've reached the point where a child has to come up here and say, please do something. This is just wrong.
This thing should have never made it to this point.
But some superintendents argue this bill would clog up appeal systems, even costing legal drama for their districts.
COVID-19 has put our school systems in a tailspin. And saying that policies probably should have been written back in March, I think was impossible.
Though the Senate committee agreed, it's possible now. Their message, fix it, and clear Kamari's name.
We all made mistakes during this pandemic and move on.
Not only is it big for my household and getting my son's name and record cleared, it's big for the state of Louisiana.
Harrison Golden, NBC, Local 33 News.
The Senate Education Committee passed the Kamari Harrison Act without objection today. It next heads to the full Senate, then to the House for one final vote before hitting the desk of Governor John Bel Edwards.